Chapter 1. Jack's Place, London, 1963. Jack shrugged the rain off his leather jacket like a wet dog shaking its fur and headed for the bar. He skirted around a table where 4 people were engrossed in a game. One of the players was humming Surfin' USA, and the irony of the Beach Boys' light melodies wafting from the jukebox across the dark, smoky air of the club was not lost on Jack. "Bloody hell, Clinton," he said, as the tall, thin barman turned towards him, polishing a glass, the way he did when listening to customers' complaints. "It's Armageddon. First we freeze our balls off all winter, and now we're like as anything to drown on Greek Street. Might as well be back in Ireland." Clinton silently pushed an open packet of fags across the bar, and Jack lit one, inhaling deeply before looking around the club through the haze of smoke. "What's doing tonight? I see Bev. She minding herself?" Clinton nodded. "Yeah, she brought in a choice new girl. They've been playing all evening. Big stakes. Don't look like she'll be giving French lessons tonight." He licked his lips, but carefully. Jack required his staff to always show gentlemanly behaviour. Jack looked over at the card players. Both Bev and her partner had piles of cash on the table. Their opponents were drinking whiskey, and one had a cluster of paper bunched around his glass. Some of the liquor had spilt and wet the paper, giving off a sour smell that percolated through the warm air of the club. Both men had the glassy stare of the losing gambler. "Not if they win, certainly. Who's the other bird?" Clinton shrugged. "Bev called her Fran, but you never know with Bev's girls. Change their names with their dresses. Nice legs." Jack played his eyes across the girls. "Aye, but legs is as far as she goes. She'll get nowhere with that catch of jubes." He mimed what he considered a girl's best feature. "Best hope she wins at cards." He laughed and was about to walk away when Clinton said quietly, "Le Duce was done over today. The Lily Lord chopper in the place. Word's out there's a Sharpie Pallone planted in one of the clubs." Jack's mouth hardened. "Is there, bejesus?" A police informer, and a female one at that. Jack had never heard of the lingo of Polari until he arrived in London, but now he found it a useful asset. He could converse with Clinton and anyone else in the know, without snoopers. He walked over to Bev's table. She had some new gold bangles decorating her arms and rings on her fingers. Jack shook his head mentally. Okay, she was a thief, but it was unusual for her to display her loot so openly. Bev was concentrating on the cards, but she looked up briefly. "Jack?" "Bev." The girl Fran was dummy, so she looked up at Jack and smiled shyly. "Hello." She blinked through long eyelashes. "Thank you for letting us play in your club. It's fabulosa."